Freedom Island is one of the protected areas within the Las Piñas-Parañaque Critical Habitat and Ecotourism Area. LPPCHEA was established in 2007 and is the first critical habitat declared in the Philippines. It consists of 175 hectares of wetland ecosystem and was recognized by the Ramsar Convention as a wetland of international importance in 2013. It is considered home to restricted range congregatory and threatened bird species. According to the DENR website, there are 82 species of wild birds in the area. Half of the species spotted are migratory. In an article published by Eken Minada on Philippine Star in 2017, some of the migratory birds have become permanent residents of Freedom Island. Little egrets and brown-crowned night herons, for example, are a common sighting in the area, as well as a common moorhen which seems to have settled permanently in one of the ponds of Freedom Island. One of the key concepts that would categorize migratory birds in Freedom Island as a living system is flocking. Birds often form flocks in order to maximize their food supply. Flocking can be considered as one of the emergent properties of migratory birds. During migration, birds take a certain formation in order to fly further and consume less energy by using the aerodynamics created by the wings of the bird in front of them. In a study by Phil Berardelli in 2010, he has identified that pigeons, like most animals, follow a certain hierarchy, especially when flying. Contrary to our belief that the middle of the V pattern in a flock is the leader, the birds actually take turns in taking the center, but it's the leader's direction that is being followed. Similar to the reason for flocking, birds migrate to take advantage of food. Birds, however, do not migrate due to the cold, but the lack of food in a cold climate. The thick feathers of birds will allow them to survive in the winter, but the food supply would prove to be a challenge. When the days are shorter, temperature and sunlight go down. These three factors signal the birds to migrate. Birds need to prepare for migration by eating a lot to give them enough energy to fly for days, non-stop. Birds also migrate in order to breed. Birds mate and give birth in warm weather and leave when their offspring are ready to fly back. Mangroves are salt-tolerant trees adapted to living in salt and brackish water conditions. Mangrove forests are critical spawning grounds, nursing, feeding, and temporary shelter areas, not only to fish but other wildlife species as well. Mangrove forests also act as natural barriers. The mangrove forest in Freedom Islands is the last remaining mangrove forest in salt marsh frontier in Metro Manila. 11 species of mangroves, including the Niman, where the city of Maynila got its name, grow thick and wild along the shoreline and serve as roosting, nesting, and feeding grounds of the birds. There are at present 11 mangrove species growing in the area, Mungalon, Alipata, and Bakawan Babae to name a few. Mangroves are well adapted to their environment, which has allowed them to survive. Mangroves have developed salt glands to counter high salinity of water in the areas in which they strive. Mangroves are also characterized by specialized roots and breathing structures called lenticels to survive water saturation and lack of oxygen. Mangroves combine having a thick epidermis, waxy cuticle, and succulent leaves to conserve water. Mangroves reproduce when flowers are pollinated by the wind or bees. The plant embryo grows similar to a seed and then separates from the parent. These viviparous seeds get washed away by the current and they grow from there. Mangroves are breathing organisms, using straw-like roots sticking up from the mud and water. In Manila Bay, these roots are readily smothered by plastic, marine debris, their openings clogged with refuse washing from the bay. Statistically, the mangroves, migratory birds, and other wildlife get fewer every year as Manila Bay becomes more like a dump site. During my visit to the LPPCHEA, I had to secure a visitor's permit prior to going on site. The site also had strict rules upon entering the vicinity. The rules were already shared prior to my visit. The DNR office is nested within the LPPCHEA compound. The guests are escorted inside Freedom Island to ensure their safety and to educate them about the place. I was escorted by Mang Julio, who proudly called himself a Pakawan warrior, similar to the forest rangers. They are in charge of protecting the land area covered by the LPPCHEA. Mang Julio and his colleagues make sure that illegal settlers and fishermen do not trespass the protected mangrove areas. He mentioned that the people cut the mangroves and use them to make firewood. Aside from guarding the island, the Bakawan warriors each have a designated task or a certain area to watch over. Mahulio mentioned that one of his colleagues is tasked to walk the coastline every day to check for any rotting animal corpses that need to be buried underground. The task seemed easy, but the presence of trash coming into the area from Manila Bay are too many to clean up, and the trespassers and illegal two-settlers were constantly setting foot within the grounds, leaving trash or stealing firewood. Urbanization should not be the cause for nature's decline. If we would priority on modernization without taking into account our environment, then there would be no one left to benefit from our industries. Migratory birds need the mangrove forest to have food and shelter. As we continue to pollute our waters, it becomes challenging for the mangroves to survive. Birds may also ingest the trash and die from choking or suffocation. While the DNR, alongside the Bakawan warriors of Freedom Island, continuously make an effort to maintain the mangrove forests and keep the birds secure, their efforts can only do so much. Every year, DNR counts the mangrove trees in the area, and they are always declining. This is not a job for one group or one organization. Conservation should be a nationwide effort which should not only happen during corporate social responsibility activities, but in our day to day lives.